build in rhythms and habits and life practices, a trellis which will help us to access the deeper, more profound, refreshing things of Jesus. Here's an observation. It will be difficult. And I know it's difficult because I sometimes go jogging, and I hate jogging.
Like, I hate running. I don't enjoy it. This thing happens when I start and I have this internal conversation with myself. It really quickly kicks in. And it's like, I know the run is good for me, and ultimately I want to be healthier than I am, and I want to be in that car. And I want to have the endorphins released in my mind and on my body to be healthier. But as soon as I start, I have this like voice in my head that says,
so dull, just give up. Then I'll see a road that goes off down to the right, and I think, why don't I just go for that road? That road's a shortcut. I can be home in no time at all, and nobody will ever know the difference. And every time I come to another fork in the road or another decision, I have this mental discussion with myself. I could turn left. That would add another 500 meters onto my run, and there's a little bit of a hill. I say hill, it's just a speed bump in the road, but I could take left, or I could go right, and that's downhill, and it's home faster, and it's 450 meters quicker, and nobody would ever know.
oh, come on, you're not that vain. You don't really care about that extra little bit of weight you're carrying. There's an easy way to do this. Don't eat the donuts. You'll be able to do that this time. Start the diet on Monday. And you can't even keep your earbuds in. You're never going to be a pro when you just quit. And now nightmare. There's this other runner up ahead of me. I can see them. They're pulling away. They don't look like they're sweating for me. They look like they're trying. Their body doesn't look like it's about to keel over. And then the voices start up again. Hold on, you're not as good as that person. There's no point.
One day, Jesus, we're told in the Bible, had this moment where the Spirit of God compels him to go out into the desert, into the wilderness, and he spends 40 days fasting and praying. There's an extreme trellis for you. We don't jump in on that one. There's a bit of an on-ramp to get up to that level. And in the biblical story, Jesus has this discussion, and in his story, he has to have this discussion with the devil, this personification of evil. I don't think the devil needs to worry with me so much. I can have that discussion by myself and defeat my own good ideas most of the time. But the conversation is the same. There's this temptation to give up. There's this temptation to buy the same results by a different means. There's this temptation to take a shortcut. There's this temptation to think that the good that you're doing is somehow worthless. It's the same thing. So here's some things I've learned with spiritual practices and with jogging. The first is this. I commit to my course before I start. Before I leave the house, I decide in my mind, this is the route that I'm going to run down. I'm going to take that turning, I'm going to go along that road, I'm going to do that loop, and then I'm going to be home. And committing to it beforehand means that some of those decisions along the way where I'd be tempted to take the shortcut, I don't make anymore because I've already committed. I know that into my mind is going to come these voices saying, give up, there's no point doing this. And so I'm prepared and committed for this course. Another thing that's fantastic is if you can, do it with somebody else, do it with a group. Obviously you can't go jogging with somebody else at the moment so easily, but when this is all lifted, you will be able to. And it's super easy to do spiritual practices in a small group. It's super easy to find somebody else and say, look, hey, listen, why don't we do this together? Why don't you ask me some questions about this? Can I tell you what I've learned about this? Can I share with you every Friday evening what I'm doing? And can you ask me how it's going? And can we keep each other just like as running buddies on this one?
Give yourself a bit of grace. Your pace is your pace. And that's okay. You don't have to be Mo Farah. You don't have to be Usain Bolt. You don't have to be me or anybody else in the village. Start where you are. 5 minutes, boom. Remember, it's a trellis. I'm not trying to become a runner. I'm trying to be healthier. And so if something arrests you as beautiful, as worthy of stopping for a while and pausing, stop for a while and pause, and still, and learn about it and chase a rabbit. We're not trying to finish the New Testament in 3 months. We're not trying to read the Bible in a morning. I'm trying to become monks. I'm trying to know Jesus more. And sometimes, remember, he stops and waits. And then tomorrow will be just a little bit easier. Be a little bit better. Start it off with a little bit more confidence. And before you know it, in a little while, you'll be able to show off more health than you've ever had before.